I'm Lachelle Birch. I'm the owner of Candle Cocoon, and my lovely daughter Taya is here helping me, so she's gonna maybe pop in and out of the frame as well. I did want to remind everybody why I'm doing these videos. They're not really tutorial videos. They're more to commiserate about my trials and tribulations as a beginning candle maker, and it's a journey, and everybody starts somewhere, and so this is where I'm starting, but I'm starting in front of everybody. Excuse me, I do have a little bit of a cold, so I apologize. And so what I wanted to do first of all, if you had seen any of the video from last time, is I had made a soap. It was Nostalgia Soap with Alicia Grosso. Wait, no, I know I'm pronouncing her name wrong. And where is it? I had it written down. Oh, Alicia Grosso. Yeah, I had used her recipe and her perfumer's notes to try to create an anise type of smell. And I have to say, I'm new to soap making, if I haven't mentioned that before. And I had left it in the mold for about a month, and I just took it out last night because I read somewhere that you're supposed to actually take it out and let it cure. It looks awful. So I'm not quite sure how all of this cracking happened, if that's normal. But there's also, what I learned, is a ton of soda ash. And when I smelled it in the mold last night, it just smelled like soap. It was really bad. But then upon taking it out and smelling it today, it really smells good. So I'm really surprised that just taking it out of the mold and letting it like touch the air made it, I don't know if that's what's making it smell so much better, and I don't know if I should now leave it cure for another month exposed to air, or if it's okay taking it out. So I guess we're gonna cut it today. I can't wait any longer. But yeah, also, like, the soda ash is so ugly. In candle making, when you get this kind of frosting on candles, you can take a heat gun to it and you can get rid of it. So I've not read anywhere whether or not that works, but I thought I'd try it because that's what this journey is all about, is trying things. And so just taking a heat gun and just warming it up. See if it does anything. No, can't say that did anything. I can't really say that I expected it to, but you never know until you try. I had also read somewhere, or maybe it was through somebody else, Tanya Shanks. I actually got to talk to her a little bit about soap making the other day because I had noticed all this nasty soap ash on it. So Tanya Shanks from Plain Jane Candles, or Plain Jane Soap. Wait, what is she? Candles or soap or both? Well, she does soap, and Plain Jane is her company. But we were talking about this nasty ugliness, and she was saying that it was because I actually added my lye and my oils at too low of a temperature together, and that I should actually do it closer to 110 to 120. And that also she will spray her molds with rubbing alcohol, isopropyl alcohol beforehand, and then spritz the top. And then maybe like spraying the top afterwards might help some of that ugly soda ash go away. Yeah, I don't know if it's supposed to be like an automatic thing, if it does work. It's not doing anything right now that I can tell. But the cracking on here is driving me absolutely crazy. So I don't know if you can see that. Can you see the cracking? It's not too glary. But it's kind of cool. I mean, it's really yellow. I'm wondering if it's like not mixed well, maybe. Like, I did mix it for a while, but like where the yellow is, I'm wondering, I don't know, because I didn't add any color to it. All right, excuse me. Like I said, I have a little bit of a cold. I'm just trying to keep my throat. All right, now I'm gonna cut a soap. Never cut a soap before. This is my first time cutting a soap. So, I think that what you do is you probably just make it how you want it and slice. So that's kind of cool. I'm gonna cut another piece here. won't be selling these soaps, but I may be giving them away to people that come into the store if they want them. That might be a little small. I know that there are guides and things out there that you can cut with. So this is interesting. Inside, it looks kind of fluffy and not smooth. I don't know if that means anything. And then all of the waves, I didn't do any waves, I just poured it in. So getting that different color, I don't know what that means. If I didn't mix it well enough, again, I probably already said that. Yeah, so my thoughts as to why it was so ugly originally were because it had touched air, or air had gotten into it. And I don't know if that has anything to do with it either. And Tanya said that that really wasn't it, but it really was the temperature. So, interesting. All right, and then what I wanted to do was I wanted to lather. Can you go get me a bowl of water quick? Really, really quickly. Don't trip. Yep.
What temperature?
Any temperature. Yeah. A little warmer. But yeah, I wanted to take a little piece and do a lather test. I've seen people do that before to see how it does. It really smells good. It doesn't really smell too much like the Anise Anise that I remember, but I really like it. So I'm happy with the smell. The look is interesting. I don't know what I was expecting for my first one anyway, but it's actually pretty cool not having added any center color. I mean, obviously I added scent. Thank you. I already have one, but thank you. Alright. Okay, so now, lather test. Ooh, it's kind of sticky. Is it supposed to feel sticky still? Sticky and tacky? And then, oh, it's squishy. So, like if I put my fingernail in it, does that mean that it's not cured yet? I have more reading to do. But then, well, I'm gonna lather here. Wow, I think that's a pretty darn good lather. It's no sodium lauryl sulfates or anything like that to get lather, but that's nice. It feels really good. It's really smooth. I don't know what bubbles those would be, what size. I think that's probably small bubbles, but it feels really, really nice. So anyway, that's the end of that one. So now I'll finish washing my hands in front of everybody. It feels really slimy now, like I can't get the soap off. Yeah, I feel like I can't get the soap off. Okay, I'm going to take this away.
If you want to try it.
Thank you, sweetie. And so now, thank you, sweetheart. Oh, my hands feel soft. All right, well that was that soap. But now, today, we are here to talk about different types of olive oil. Nothing says holiday season more than taking a breather and talking about olive oil. So I'm very excited to do that. So now what we're going to work on is olive oil differences. Ugh, I got water all over the table. Gosh, I can't even wash my hands without making a huge mess. Oh, did that bowl have a hole in it?
I don't think so.
No? Okay. So we are now going to work on, from the Making Soap, Cosmetics and Candles magazine, Cindy Lantier, I'm going to guess is the way we pronounce that. Maybe a little French twist. About olive oil. So I, as a newbie, had no idea that there were even different olive oils. I mean, I've seen extra virgin olive oil and virgin olive oil, and in cooking and stuff, I knew the extra virgin olive oil had a really, the extra virgin olive oil had a really fruity taste, very different, like something that you might want to dip your bread directly in, and that the virgin olive oil didn't have as much of a flavor, so if you're trying to create something that you didn't want the olive oil to come through, you would use that. But in soap making, it has different qualities as well. Obviously, you're not going to eat your soap, but it does make your soap act differently. And so what I want to do, any good science, you need to be able to replicate things. And so what I want to do is I want to try to follow what she did almost exactly to see if we get the same results. And so starting out and doing this research, there are so many different olive oils on the market. I didn't even know there were like 20 different types, kinds that we don't even really use. If you're ever interested in olive oil, look up all the different types. But the ones that people are most familiar with are the extra virgin, the virgin, excuse me, sorry, the pure, the classic, the pomace. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that either. Probably should have done a Google thing on that. And refined. People use the refined as well. It's either pomace or pomace, so I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that one. So what she did is she basically took 3 of the most used ones in soap making. She extra virgin olive oil, the pure classic olive oil, and the pomace. So the extra virgin olive oil, I found out, comes from the pressings of the olives and the pits. And so that's just direct press. There's no heat or anything used, and they extract the oils that way. And that is the highest quality, the best grade. That's where you get the most flavor. And then the pure / classic, that's actually a blend of refined, which she didn't do. She didn't do the refined olive oil, but the refined olive oil, well, so actually the difference between the extra virgin olive oil and the virgin is basically taste. It's just the type of olive or where it's grown or things like that. If it tastes better, it gets labeled extra virgin olive oil. If it doesn't have as great of a taste, it's virgin olive oil, but the process is the same. Then the refined, they actually usually add chemicals or heat to refine the olive oil, and it basically takes out most of the flavor, a lot of the components that people want in it for health or benefits get lost that way as well. And then, so the pure or classic is actually a blend of the refined and the extra virgin olive oil. So they add some of that extra virgin olive oil back in to give it a little bit of flavor, but it's refined. It's got most of them in the big box stores are 85, 15, 85 to the refined, 15% to the extra virgin olive oil. And as you can see here, it's very clear. But maybe it makes for good soap. We will see. And then the pomace, that is actually the last use of the olives and the olive pits. It's actually called a pomace. It's not, you're not allowed to call it olive oil. You can call it olive pomace oil is technically what you're supposed to call it, apparently. So what they do to get this is they use hexane to extract it. And it seems like a lot of work to get a little bit of a reward, but apparently it's worth it to them. But I don't know about you, but hexane to me is a little scary. So I did a little more research on it. I went to the EPA, and so hexane is used to extract edible oils from seeds and vegetables as a special use solvent and as a cleaning agent. Acute, short-term inhalation exposure of humans to high levels of hexane causes mild central nervous systems, including dizziness, giddiness, slight nausea, and headache. Chronic long-term exposure to hexane in the air is associated with polyneuropathy in humans, with numbness in the extremities, muscular weakness, blurred vision, headache, and fatigue observed. Neurotoxic effects have also been exhibited in rats. No information is available on the carcinogenic effects of hexane in humans or animals. EPA has classified hexane as a group D, not classifiable as to human carcinogen. So while it seems like it's fairly benign, it still kind of worries me if it were still in it. But apparently what they do is they distill that, they distill the pomace oil, and they actually remove the hexane. And so if you're familiar with distillation, what they do is they boil the product, and at each temperature another component will form a gas, and the gas can then be cooled down and collected. And so because each temperature has its own boiling point, they know what that is, and so they're able to get the hexane out. Do they get all the hexane out? That I can't answer. And so I feel like they probably, I mean, for my usage, I feel like, okay, I can use this in soap. I don't know if I'd want to eat it, and most of the pomace is not made to be eaten, so we're going for it. But that's a little bit of my research. If you want more information on that, feel free to go to the EPA to look into that and find more information. And again, this is about my journey. In my journey, I like to know everything about everything, and so it gets a little bit long and contrived. So, yeah, a little different. Okay, but anyway, these are the ones she uses. And so the first things that she's doing, where are my notes? All right, and she does talk a little bit more about the flavors and things like that of the different ones, but I won't get into all that. All right, then she goes on to make 3 100-gram batches. She doesn't give her recipe exactly, and this is definitely for something for more experienced soap makers. Yeah, I'm not experienced, and so I'm going to try to wing it. And thank you, Tanya, again for my late night phone call trying to figure out what I'm supposed to be doing exactly. Due to restraints, I don't have a ton of molds yet. I'm slowly adding to our collection. I'm going to use these cute little, what were these? They're like 400-gram molds. They hold 12 ounces. And so I'm going to do that. And so what Cindy does in hers is she uses a 40% olive oil, and it's a 5% super fat. And then what she does, and it reads very interestingly, and again, this is probably me reading this incorrectly, that I used a slight water discount of 30% water as the percentage of oils to aid in quicker tracing and hardening. I think how that's supposed to read is that it was a slight water discount, but it was 30% water, so maybe the water would have been 40%, but because it's slight, it's only 30%. That's what Tanya and I kind of figured out, because we don't know what the water discount is then, or maybe it's only supposed to be 33% and now it's down to 30. So we're going to go on. I'm going to use my coconut oil at about 25%, castor oil at about 5%, and so when I figured this out, it's supposed to be 4.8 ounces of my olive oil, which I have measured out here, and then 5% of my castor oil is 0.6 ounces, 25% of my coconut oil is 3 ounces, and my water, okay, and so that was interesting, like doing straight math, it should have been 3.6 with the lye thrown in, but then using this wonderful soap calculator, and this one is from the Handcrafted Soap and Cosmetics Guild. They provide it free of charge, which many of them do out there. So I plugged my numbers in. I was able to say 5% superfat. I learned what superfat was. Superfat is the amount of fat that's left in a soap after the saponification process happened. So that was pretty exciting to learn about. And to leave that in, you have to add a certain amount of lye. And so for this, we're going to be adding 2.9 ounces of water and 1.238 ounces of lye. I have my lye cooling here, and I'm really hoping it's not too far gone at this point, with a 3% discount. So on this calculator, again, I don't know what that means. If lye and water, if this is the water discount here, because we have the superfat up here, and so I think we're doing a 3% water discount. But anyway, a lot of soap making for people is trial and error. Take really good notes, know what you're doing at all times. But at this point, I should probably take my water temperatures, because I did put my lye and water together before we got here so that I wouldn't keep everybody waiting forever. So let's see what this is coming to here. Also, if anybody knows, I seem to get a little bit of lye stuck on the bottom here, and I don't know a good way to get that off. I don't really want to use my thermometer here to do that. Okay, so 82. I don't know if that's something that I should be scraping off more right when I put the lye in it. All right, so I probably let these go a little too long. They're 84.7, 85, and then this one, see, this one has a lot on the bottom there. I don't know if that's going to affect outcome. That one's at 87. So we're at about, I'll just leave that there for a second. These are room temperature. So I probably need to add all of my oils together and heat them up. Also, thank you to somebody that had watched and gave a suggestion when I'm doing my lye. I should be using not latex glove, I should be using a neoprene or something more for chemicals. Okay, so I had pre-measured these. I know that there's cling involved, and so we're going to lose a little bit in the transfer. And now we're dropping over there to 83. And so there's that. It's hard to get all these temperatures right when you don't know what you're doing and you're on camera. Alright, so then we needed coconut oil of 3 ounces and castor oil of 0.6 ounces. I'm just going to lay that out right here. Coconut oil, hopefully it's still liquidy. So yes, we have a new coconut oil and it's organic, which I'm very excited about. So 3 ounces of this coconut oil. Yes. Okay. And then 0.5 ounces of the castor. Or, I'm sorry, 0.6 ounces. And we're going to have to do this 3 times relatively quickly. Alright, so 0.6 castor. I'm just using the castor oil, the coconut oil, and the olive oil. And now I need to get this to the up in temperature a little bit because it's only like 76 degrees in here. And let's do that first. What?
They can't see you.
They can't, well, yeah, because I'm over there. Sorry, that'll just heat up for a second. And I don't have a separate thermometer. We're down to 81 degrees on that first lye batch already. I need to put gloves on. Oh, and my goggles. I should probably do that. I put my hair up this time, so I'm not struggling with that. And again, I don't know if I'm supposed to be wearing the goggles when I'm adding the lye to the soap mixture, but it seems like the right thing to do. I've been wanting to spend so much more time making soaps and getting to know things, and as busy as we are all the time, I just haven't been able to, so I appreciate being able to do this with everybody. And so I'm going to use this. Do not touch this lye paper, honey. I'll throw that out a little later. Don't touch that. And then this, see if that's kind of close to it. 77, 78, 79, 79.2, 0.3, 79.7. Okay, well, that's probably about the best we're going to do at this point. And now I will take that off. Here's my first lye over here. Okay, put that in the second one to get a reading on that. Okay, here we go. So now that she also says that it takes 1 minute and 19 seconds to get to trace. She also noticed that using the different types of oils, the emulsification rates and the trace rates were different. That it was faster in the first ones. I have no idea which one to use, so I just bought this because I forgot my other one. Should I go fast? Should I go slow? I have no idea. Fast? Alright, so now I'm going to put my lye mixture in. Okay, and then I'm going to go fast with it. Oh yeah, that's cool. So I'm seeing it mixed together. My watch, of course, is underneath my glove. So we're just going to do this for a little while. I don't know if I should just scrape these sides. That's not it yet, huh? Nope, not yet. Or is that a light trace? So now it's looking more custardy. Do you think it's been about a minute? Oh yeah, now it's getting thicker like custard. Alright, so Santa in the action. I'm going to hand this to you, Tay-Tay. If you could go wash it off for me for the second round. But again, be careful because I'm not sure if there's an activated lye on here. I don't know how fast that works. I need to learn that. So just run it under the water and bring it back. Okay, maybe put a towel under that. That's a little towel. Take some of that. Okay. Careful. Alright, so now we're going to pour this in here. What's this one going at? That's at 77.5. I think we're going to be getting some soda ash again. I'm not fast enough at this. Okay, so spritz that. And then pour. Does that look right to everybody? So the interesting thing to me was I tried to do 12 ounces, and if you add all these things up that we used, it's not 12 ounces. So I'll have to look into at some point how the lye calculator works. Okay. Now, is it bad to just keep using the same bowl to mix in? This is another thing I don't know. So this one, and then there were holes in that, so can I do this to get some of those air pockets out? And then I'm going to take, well, I'll leave it by it right now so I'll know which one it is. And then I can label it later. That's that one. Alright, so these are things I don't know. So I have kind of unreacted, totally saponified soap on there. I'm not sure if that's a problem. But I can take off this extra at least. I'm just throwing this into the garbage. Thank you, honey. Alright, second one, and we're 76.3 and losing temperature here. Alright, so it's interesting because the first time I did this, it was hotter for a lot longer. So, from what oil's in? So now we're doing the Pure Classic, and I think everybody was able to see that the extra virgin was much darker than this Pure Classic, and the pomace is really in between the colors. And so now I'm going to put in 3 ounces of the coconut oil. Of that, and then 0.6 ounces of our castor oil. I like to tear in between. I know I could just add it all together. I'm getting my own techniques. There we go. 6 on the dot. 76.1 there. We got it pretty good. 15 seconds in the microwave, so getting it a little cooler. I'll use like 14 seconds. Yeah, we're down to 76 point. Oh no, I'm stirring it up. 77.7. I'm hitting some of that dye, or not dye, lye on the bottom, and I think that might be activating, getting it a little warmer again. But again, I don't like using my thermometer to do that. Ooh, stopping this. Talking at the same time of trying to do any of this. Okay, so 77, 78, 79.5, 80. Oh boy. What do I do if it's too warm? Do I let this sit, but then that gets colder and I don't have a way of heating up my lye? So I'm not really quite sure. Or is that within the range? It's pretty steady now at 84. I'm gonna go for it. So here we go. Alright, and this one, it's that last one. Okay, here we go. Lye in there. There's another lye one. And here we go again. I'm gonna low this time. And as Cindy was pointing out too, the emulsification is different for each one. I'll have to go through. Yeah, it's not blending together yet. There we go. Come to a 60 for me. She said took 1 minute and 16 seconds as opposed to 1 minute and 19 seconds. We're not really doing exactness here. Definitely not there yet. It's not like pudding at all. Maybe I'll do it faster. I did a little faster on the other one. Did she say she mixed it on high or low? No, that we don't get. So she did say that the pomace was the slowest to emulsify but the quickest to trace. And the EVOO was the next slowest to emulsify and the longest to trace. Oh, so it was kind of all over the place. Okay. Is that looking good? A little too drippy still? I think that's considered a light trace. Let's do it a little longer, shall we? Yeah. Okay, keep it in there. Yikes. Okay. Getting all over. Let's see, that seems like... What are you at?
I'm way past it.
You're way past it? Way past a minute? Okay. Alright. I'm thinking... I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking...
Looks like custard.
That looks like custard? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay. Let me get that in there. I notice a smell coming off of it. Like right when it seems to be finishing. I don't know if that means anything. Okay, here, honey. I'll touch my gloves. Alright, thank you, babe. Yeah, this really does look like custard. So I'm not sure. So it stays on the map, on the spatula. I'm just giving it a little more stirring around the edges. Alright, so now I'm going to give it a little spritz again. And I'm going to pour it. Even the batter is different colored. So this batter is a lot lighter than the original batter. Okay, ooh, maybe I didn't let it go long enough? Uh-oh. Seems runnier. That might not be good. Try not to take too much from the tip there because I don't want to get the two mixed too much. This side. Okay. Scraping. Pushing it in. And again, I really have no idea what I'm doing, if I'm doing this right or not. We are learning as we go. Taking the batter. That. Okay, that last one is actually at 80, maybe because it's a smaller. Oh, we're gonna tap it. This is really in the way, so I'm gonna just put this in the garbage. Yeah, this batter is so much lighter. Obviously that classic pure, if you want a whiter soap, that's the way to go, and I'm pretty sure that's what Cindy points out in there too. Alright, last one. Here we go for the last one. Let me just hold on to that for a second. I'm gonna get my oils in here. Working with these gloves makes things actually a little harder. Okay. Got batter all over my hands. Okay. Batter. Okay. Now I need 3 ounces of the coconut oil, which is what we've been doing. 1.6, 2.5, 2.8, 2.75, 3.2.95, and bingo, 3 ounces. Okay, and now we need 0.6 ounces of the castor oil. 0.3, 0.4, 0.52, 0.55, 0.56, and 0.6. Okay, there is that. Now I'm sure that this is too cold. I'm not going to let it go as long. Just 10 seconds. I have to not be talking. As I turn on the microwave. Okay, so just a few more seconds, because now this lye solution, gosh, there's so much lye frozen to the bottom. Or not frozen, but stuck to the bottom. This is at 80.81. Okay, stop again. Sorry! Now I bet it's too warm again. Okay, so now 81.3 is the temperature of the lye solution. And temperature of this is 80.4, 81, 81.5, 81.7, 82, 82.6. It's going up again. So I think I made this a little too warm again. We need to go with it. What?
83.
83, yes. 83, and it was still climbing a little bit, but unless there's a way to, I guess if you had ice or something, you could cool it down faster. But we're just gonna go. And go look at, so I don't know if you can see that. It seems like there's so much lye at the bottom. Can you see it at all?
Yes, somewhat.
But I don't have a way of really getting it out. And now I'm worried about washing it. Like, is extra water gonna make that volcano? I'm always terrified of that volcano. Okay, so I put that in. Oh, thank you, my lovely assistant. Okay, here we go, last one. Start slow. Come together. Are you counting? I'm asking my daughter if she's counting. I don't know, my blender smells kind of funny. First I have blenders coming in. I ordered some hand mixers, but they're not here yet. I left my good one at home. I had to run out and get this one because I forgot a blender to do this. Oh, you know what else Tanya had said? She said to spritz the top of it too, so that they don't get that soda ash. Okay, how are we doing here? So this, I'm going to say, is not good enough yet. It's still runny. I don't know. It's really bubbly. It's slippery. Blender. That doesn't look like, I don't know. That looks a little more runny than before. I'm wondering if it wasn't enough lye. If there's so much lye in the bottom of this that it's just not fully going. You think that looks good? I don't know. It looks really runny and leggy. Like really too pourable. It's not just sitting on there. See?
There's a little trace.
Little trace? Light trace? Yeah, so longer. Alright, because yeah, this is only supposed to take 59.98 seconds to trace. Blender is about to die, I think. It stinks so bad. What were you at? Were you at a minute? Over a minute? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we're gonna do it. We're just gonna do it. Okay, this blender I'm not really happy with. I think it's gonna die very quickly. I just bought it. So I'm not sure I'm going to do that one again. Or maybe it's just new and kind of stinky and it'll be better. Okay, so now, yeah, so you guys know better than I do if this is right. This seems like the runniest one so far. It seems like a real light battery trace, I guess. So again, I'm worried that I'm not... I want to mix it some more. Should I mix it some more? Like, I don't think it should be leaking like that. I wonder if I can get any more of this lye out. Yeah, I can't get that out of the bottom. It's just stuck on there. Crazy. Alright, well now I have more lye, maybe, in there a little bit. I just want to do this some more. I don't feel like it's the right consistency. This might be a one beater, one blender day. I feel that's better. Did you see that was a little clumpier? Yeah, look at it. It's staying on.
Yeah, it looks better.
Yeah, not that we know what we're looking for, right? But it just seems like logically, it just seems like it should be a little clumpier. And I could be totally wrong. So if you're using me as a tutorial, that's not what we're doing here. This is just my journey in learning all of this stuff. Because I am a total newbie at this. Okay, and so again, Tanya had said to spritz the top also to not get that soda ash. So we're going to spritz that, she said really well. And then we're going to pour this batter in there. Yeah, this one seems a little greener. So the first one seemed really like browny yellow. The second one was really white, and this one seems to have a little more of a green tint to it. And so we didn't put any scent or anything in here. Again, we're just trying to follow Cindy Lantier's example on how to see what different olive oils do to your soaps. And so that is that one. And again, I'm going to just do this little tap thing. I'm not sure if this is what we're supposed to even do. It just seems right to fill in some of those holes. And there's number 3. So there's 2, there's 2, 3. Okay, I'm going to take this off and then I'll talk a little bit more. But I do want to thank everybody for coming that's here today. I know that it's everybody's busy season, and it's, you know, when we first started to think about when we wanted to do these, Fridays for us at about this time generally get really slow, and we have a moment to catch up and breathe a little bit, and so I thought that'd be good to be able to touch base with people. So we're going to try to stick to around the 20th for Fridays and try to do one of these a month. Next month, hopefully we'll have another new magazine. I'm excited to see what that's about. But finishing up with Cindy's here, so we will finish, we'll go through these, we'll cut them, hopefully, if they turn into soap, if I did the trace right, and we will look and see if we get the same results that she gets. I mean, looking ahead, like there's different hardnesses that each one of these olive oils should or should not have. But that's really about it. I've made the soap. We're going to set this aside. It's going to get hard. I'm going to take it out of the molds, and then I'm going to let it sit exposed for about a month instead of leaving it in the molds for a month. So hopefully that'll be something a little bit different. But I'm Lachelle Birch. I'm the owner of Candle Cocoon. If you want to stay in touch with us, if you haven't done so already, there are many, many different ways. We have Facebook. We have Instagram, obviously. We have a blog called Light Flights, and I give tons of information on there, mostly about candle making at this point, a little bit about soap, more about melt and pour. We have the Newsflash, where that has some of our sales that we do. We don't do a lot of sales. We're already at wholesale price, so we don't mark things up to really mark things down. But the Newsflash is really nice. It gives you information on what we're doing, when we're doing it, and kind of ties everything together. And then, of course, we're doing more and more on YouTube. And so more videos like this, more candle making videos on YouTube too. And like what we've done recently, and we'll put this in the blog, like how I made this pillar that looks like a sweater. So we have that in the blog. And then this mold we just got in. I'm so excited. It's such a cute little Christmas tree. And we just got in the bigger size as well, which I want to have time to play with that tonight, but I don't know if I'll be able to. But that's really it for us here. I get to clean up, and I wish everybody the happiest of holidays. I appreciate everybody for stopping by, whether you're seeing this live now or if you're going to see it live at any other point. But you guys all mean the world to me, and I had wanted to like read everybody's names off, and I thought it'd be kind of funny if like I had a little scroll and I dropped down and it was like all these names. But I'm not going to do that, but I do really appreciate you. So thank you, everybody. Have happy holidays, and we'll see you next time.